What's up, everyone? Welcome to the NG English show. My name is John Drummond, or Yang Haoen.
Hi, 大家好，欢迎回到 NG 英文，我是 Stephanie。今天的来宾是我们之前的来宾 Frank 的哥哥，叫 Daniel。那他是一位创业家，同时也是 Couchspace 的共同创办人。接下来就让我们来欢迎 Daniel。Today,
I am joined by the second half of the incredible team at Couchspace, the brother of Frank, if you all remember from a few episodes ago, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Daniel, the incredible brother that took care of Frank out in Canada. Daniel is an entrepreneur. He's the co-founder of Couchspace. He is a rock star and so much more. So everyone, please welcome Daniel.
Hi, my name is Daniel. My Chinese name is Zhang Zurong. And like you said, the co-founder of Couchspace, and happy to be here.
Yeah, man, it's really cool because I got to spend some time with your brother, and he shared a really beautiful story about how you took care of him, really, like kind of as the mother and father role for him in Canada. And it's a beautiful family dynamic you guys have, and I'm so happy we could get you in today as well to share kind of the other side of Couchspace and talk a little bit about the founder journey you guys have been on, but also talk about your language journey. As I think you were a few years older when you guys went to Canada, and
right.
that whole process.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years different. So very, very cool. I was thinking maybe we could start with a little self-introduction. Who is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Daniel?
Born in Taiwan and then studied until 15 or 16, and our parents like, okay, I don't think you guys have great success in the academic level. Maybe you want to try in different country.
Oh, wow, that's how it came.
And then back then there was like missile issues and stuff like that. So my dad's like, okay, you guys should go to Canada. And why not the elder brother go first? So I fly over to Canada on my own. I went 2 suitcases and then stay at a homestay family, and then started the journey of in Canada for 12 years. And my younger brother Frank joined me after a couple years, like 4 years. And then since then we had only each other to support. And in 2016 I decided to come back to Taiwan to finish the military service. And it was a great journey too. Eventually finishing up the military service, I decided to stay in Taiwan. And then my younger brother followed the same path too.
Nice.
Same path. So he finished up his military service. I finished my work in Canada, and then now we started to think, okay, we want to do something together. And what is it? So we found out that helping people focusing on their mental health issue is important in Taiwan. It's lack of the resources, right? So we founded the Couchspace, and now we're here.
I love it. Good summary there. Nice. Not your first time. So with that being said, I think maybe a place we could dive into the world of mental health is, my audience knows I've been talking a little bit more lately about mental health, is what was your journey with mental health, and what really inspired you to think that starting this company Couchspace in the mental health space is the right path?
Right. Instead of inspiration, I think it's more like a conflict.
The real roads.
Right, because you have to face, if there's a need, there is a invention, right? So we didn't invent the mental health issue part, but I did encounter a mental crush, I guess, when I was 29, 30, and that's the point that a lot of people will face. You want to do your job right now, or you want to change the path and then start a career, because you're not too old and you're not too young. And that's the part when I was driving on the way back from home, and that thoughts just hit me, and I don't know what to do in my life. And I was thinking, I can just run over someone, what's gonna happen, I don't know. But So
that lost direction concept.
direction thing, and suddenly I have no light in my room. And I went online to search for positive thinking in 5 minutes or something. I forgot. It's on YouTube. And that little listening into the audio just kind of saved me. I was going down to the rabbit hole, but that video or that audio gave me a break, and that break gave me an idea of, I think a lot of people need that too. I don't know when, but I wish to provide this type of service to the society, especially in Taiwan or Asian society. So I tell this story to Frank, and he agrees a lot too. And then we started with this too.
Boom. Wow. Honest, yeah, a very real story right there of having an I don't want to call it an issue, but a situation that you have to deal with and you have to kind of overcome, and that becomes your gift now to the world.
Right.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and I think about many of my friends and myself who've gone through those kind of valleys of life of being like, I don't know where to go next or what to do or how to think, and and if certain people, you just don't know how to reach out all the time to different people about that. It's very powerful. Thank you for sharing that, Daniel.
来宾比他弟弟大5岁，那他是在台湾出生的，直到15、16岁的时候才被家人送去加拿大读书。那一开始是他先过去跟寄宿家庭住，那过了4年之后，他弟弟才跟着过去。那从此之后，他们2个人就相依为命了，并且在加拿大住了12年。那来宾是在2016年的时候回台湾当兵，那他当完兵后就决定留在台湾了，而他弟弟也跟随着他的脚步搬回来了。那他们当时就在思考说要一起做些什么。他们发现其实身心灵相关的资源台湾比较少，但有这样的市场，这也是为什么他们创立了 Couchspace。那来宾说他想要做跟身心灵相关的议题，是因为他大概在29、30岁的时候遇到了一个坎。其实很多人在这个年纪都容易遇到这样的问题，因为其实要说年纪多大了吗？也还好，但也不算年轻了，所以开始会思考要继续做现在的工作吗？还是创业之类的。那刚好来宾正在开车回家的路上时，他突然有了这样的想法。那其实他有点不知所措，他突然觉得瞬间失去了方向，所以他回家之后上网找了一个5分钟的正面思考影片。那他认为听完那段影片之后简直拯救了他，而且给了他休息的时间，所以他认为应该有很多人需要这样子的鼓励，因此他想要提供这样的服务，所以他就跟他弟分享了这个想法。那我们来复习一下刚刚来宾跟主持人提到的一些片语跟词汇。那第一个是 valleys of life， 这是在形容人生谷底的意思哦。那主持人刚刚说 situation 而不是 issue 的原因是因为 situation S-I-T-U-A-T-I-O-N 是指状况。那 issue I-S-S-U-E 是指问题。而主持人认为来宾遇到很多人都会遇到的一个状况，所以用 situation 会比较妥当哦。那我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
And so thinking then a little bit now, fast forward, maybe we can kind of talk about the concept here of Western versus Eastern mental health. As me being from the West, there's a little bit of, I wouldn't say it's become trendy, but it's almost become like overshare. Like people are almost talking too much.
Too much,
you know what I mean?
I realize that too.
they love talking about their bad problems, and I'm like, I don't know if that's right either. But hopefully the pendulum swings back a little bit.
Every episode, there's a guy going to the shrink.
Yeah, right. It's so cliche now, almost, right? But maybe we could talk a little bit, as we have the West and we have the East, and you've spent a lot of time in the West. I've spent a lot of time in the East. Maybe we can talk about the concept there of how is mental health being approached right now in Taiwan from a kind of Eastern perspective.
Well, there's a lot of difference and similarities, right? So what I think of the similarities, it's we're all humans, no matter
Woo! A man.
Canadian or Taiwanese, we all face the same problem. A lot of exploring, learning after you're born, getting into a relationship, looking for a job, creating a new business, or even after that, you're finding more stuff to buy. Once you make money.
I need a bigger studio, if you can tell.
Right. And eventually, you try to keep healthy and keep your body in one shape, the stress curve, it's the same, no matter Eastern, Western, and we all face the same culture, same problem.
Yeah.
The differences are the issues we face. Each culture have a different way to fix it, such as if, for instance, if men have pressure in Western, sometimes they go for a walk or jogging or
go drink alcohol.
Or drink alcohol.
Or go hit a bar.
Hit a bar. So they or even if they have money and time, they go to see a counselor, right? And Eastern, sometimes we go solve this problem by going into a group, because we believe in the group thing. The societies are different. In Western, you try to fix the problem yourself, you know. But in Eastern, we try to have the more confirmation from the group, and that's a big difference. What I've realized that too. So again, we create a Couchspace and try to find out if the Eastern man like me can try to fix this problem without talking to anyone, because they're ashamed to talk to. So by doing an app like this can give them a good tool.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. I love that concept there, guys. To summarize, yeah, Western mindset is really kind of solve it by yourself, very individualistic, and Eastern is beautifully kind of more communal. It's hey, can I talk to my family about this, or maybe my group of friends more specifically?
Yeah,
right.
Or working environment. If you have the same problem, you have a group to tell, and it's a good and it's a bad as well. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's just, we don't need to say good or bad, like you said. Yeah, it's just, it is what it is. And something that just sparked my mind, I always loved how many of my Taiwanese friends were so close with their classmates.
Right.
and the concept of their classmate was like they're really good friends.
Yeah.
And for me that was new, because
really,
yeah, maybe you had your friends that were in your same class, but I didn't look at them like they were my classmates. They were like, that's just my friend Daniel. But I loved it because some of my colleagues here are like, oh yeah, my classmate, from elementary school, then they're homies. They're like best friends still. And they all get together like class reunion style.
Because I think it might be different in the States or Canada. You go to different classes, right? You pick your own courses. So you don't see them that often. But in Taiwan, we spend like 13 to 15 hours with them.
That's right, yeah, because it's the same class, same group,
different teacher, same class.
Yeah, right. So the class stays the same, but the teacher, right, yeah, and you're right. So we would always change teachers, we'd change classes.
Yeah,
so different periods, we call that.
That's the big difference too.
It's very cool. And so thinking then about the future of Couchspace, what do you guys want to be implementing? Do you want more of that group culture? Do you want more of that just safe space to do some mindfulness practices? Is there an idea for what you want to do with that in the future?
We try to create a community with the meditation practices, because sometimes it takes, like you said, momentum to create the vibe, and so people want to try it, on the TV, on the radio, So, and once they try it, they can do it on their own. It's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
So it's a good tools to have it in your pocket, and that's what we are trying to create, and a good atmosphere with this society having this practice.
来宾认为，无论是东方或是西方，共同的点就是我们都是人类，所以我们都会遇到一样的问题，像是出生之后，我们有很多要探索的事物。像是如何进入一段感情、找工作、创业、保持健康等等的。其实大家的压力值都是一样的，无论是东方或是西方。那差别在于不同的文化当中，我们的处理方式不太一样。像是西方文化当中的男性，如果压力大的时候，可能会选择去散步、跑步或是喝一杯。那相反的，在东方文化当中，可能会比较倾向去找一群人，像是家人啊，或是朋友之类的。那因为东方文化当中就是比较相信团体的想法跟决定。那简单来说，就是西方比较主张个人主义，而东方比较依赖群体。那就像 John 提到的，他发现台湾的朋友们都跟他们同学很亲， 但是因为台湾的教育的方式，可能你们是一个班级，然后一整天可能会花13到15个小时一起上课。但在西方教育当中，因为每一堂课都是自己选的，所以都有不同的同学跟老师，因此没有那么紧密的友谊。那来宾对于 Couchspace 未来的期许，就是可以透过冥想练习创造一个社会，因为这就像去健身房一样，要有那种氛围跟动力，才会让人想要尝试。那我们来复习一下刚刚来宾提到的一些片语跟词汇。那第一个是 individualistic individualistic 那这个意思是个人主义。第二个是 communal communal 也就是群体的意思哦。那我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
I wish you and your brother Frank so much success with this. And do you mind, though, Daniel, if we switch gears a little bit to talk more about the story of Canada for you and maybe a little bit about your language? I believe English has played a very big part in your life, and has been a challenge and something you had to overcome, part of that kind of mental health struggle in a way.
Challenged,
Yeah. So maybe do you mind sharing some personal stories? How has English specifically played a role in your life?
I mean, starting from how I learned from English.
Yeah, how did you learn?
My parents are, very generous enough to put us into English speaking environment a lot, and he sent us to English kindergarten or like elementary schools, but the part that he tried to train me to listen to a lot of ICRTs.
Hey, now full circle.
And also he let me watch TV, right? So he turned on the HBO, but he put a piece of white paper
over the subtitles.
He covered up the subtitles.
Nice.
And then he's like, okay, there you go. You want to watch a movie? There you go. It's like, Dad, I cannot see. He's like, that's the whole purpose. Well,
shout out your father. I love it.
Yeah,
Hope he can listen to this on ICRT.
Yeah. I hated him at first.
Yes, I imagine.
But eventually, I think that really pushes me to not look at the subtitles and to look into the people's expression and then pick up the voice so I can learn much faster. Yeah.
I'm sorry, because I know that can be a challenge, but shout out to your parents for having that vision,
right?
To know that, hey, actually reading the subtitles, you won't learn as fast, and now you have body language, you have that almost more emotional intelligence in English and in Mandarin Chinese now.
That's so much easier to build up your listening and speaking.
Yeah, and I think that must have been a valuable skill set for you when you first landed in Canada, right?
Oh yeah, and I brought my CDs with me. Those are like Western pop music. I love listening to them as well, and that makes me learn English really fast as well.
Nice, yeah. The music always speaks to the heart, right?
right. So my homestay parents is like, hey, are you sure you never study abroad? Because I speak like this when I first landed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, your accent is very clean too. Really nice. Yeah. That's amazing. And so thinking then, when you first got to Canada with your language already being pretty strong, but was there any cultural shock, or was there anything that really challenged you other than that at the time?
When I first got there, I think food and transportation. Imagine in Taiwan you have 7-Eleven right over at the corner.
Everywhere.
You have doctors. You can get medicine anywhere. In Canada, you have to line up for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then to get a prescription of water. Oh my god. Like, he's take a look at you and get some more sleep. Go home and get some water.
Here's a prescription for
Thank
H2O.
H2O.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a big issue. So you try to keep healthy. You try to keep your mental or physical healthy. Try not to get sick. And that's a big challenge. Because your parents is not there. Yeah.
Yeah, you were all on your own. And shout out to your homestay parents, who were hopefully taking care of you a little bit at that time. But they were probably like, hey, you're on your own also.
You're on your own. I have cereals and milk. There you go.
Nice. The Western diet.
That's
Oh
right.
man, I love zero milk, but it's so terrible for you. And I thought like I ate that probably like every day of my life.
Oh wow.
Yeah, now never.
来宾分享，小时候他们很幸运的能够在全英语的环境当中成长，像是英语的幼稚园跟小学。但是后来其实他父母让他练习最多的方式是听 ICRT 以及看 HBO。那因为电视上会有字幕，所以他的父亲都会用一张白纸盖住字幕。那一开始来宾非常不能够理解他的父亲，但后来发现这样的方式真让他听力进步很多。来宾也分享，他刚去加拿大的时候也都带着他的 CD， 那他都是听西方流行音乐居多，所以学习的速度也比较快。甚至于他的寄宿家庭还问过他是真的没有在国外读过书吗？然后他当时的口音就很标准了。那来宾分享他在加拿大时文化差异最大的应该就是食物跟交通了。因为在台湾其实很习惯没走几步路就有一间 Seven， 而且到处都可以买到药跟看医生。那在加拿大光是要拿药就要排3个小时。那来宾也说当时他的早餐也都是牛奶配麦片居多，就是比较西式的吃法，所以有点不适应。那我们来复习一下刚刚来宾提到的一些片语跟词汇。那刚刚来宾提到的 prescription P-R-E-S-C-R-I-P-T-I-O-N 意思是处方药。那我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
Well, unfortunately, we're coming to the end of the NG England show right now. And a question I love to end with, though, is if you could go back and talk to a younger Daniel,
Right.
maybe when you were watching HBO with no subtitles, would there be any advice you give yourself? Advice you give yourself about language, life, entrepreneurship, anything?
John, I actually never regret a day in my life.
This guy.
But yeah, I really appreciate friends, family, and a lot of experiences. But if you want me to say something, I'll say the same thing, you know. Daniel, you should have started Couchspace much earlier, before all the trend, right? I mean, that's the only thing I would tell myself. But
Spoken like a real entrepreneur.
来宾说他其实完全不后悔，但如果真的想要跟年轻的自己说一段话的话，他会说要早点创立 Couchspace， 那最好是在整个趋势出现之前。那我们就谢谢今天的来宾 Daniel。
Awesome, man. Well, where can people find Couchspace online, and maybe where can they find you online?
right, so try to search Couchspace on Google or Safa Xingli or Instagram. You can find us and try to download the app. Give it a try. You know, it's free. So
Awesome, man. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for joining
Thank you
us.
very much.
And you guys have a great family. Shout out to your brother, Frank, and your mother and father. And boom, we'll talk to you next time. All right. Thanks, Daniel.
thank you guys. Take care.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the NG England show, everyone. Thank you for your dedication to learning, your curiosity, and your passion. Please follow along with Daniel or Frank with their incredible company, Couchspace, or myself, John Drummond 89, or Yang Haoen. All right, everyone. We'll talk next time. Much love. Peace.
Peace.
All right. Well, that is our NG Ingwen show for today. We hope everyone enjoyed listening to that. You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Spotify. You can search NG Ingwen, or you can search on IG NG English ICRT. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday morning from 6:30 to 7 and Wednesday night from 9 to 9:30. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.